in there, like swimwear. Like Selena Gomez says, man, the heart wants what it wants, you feel me?
Hold down, man, suitcase this, my cell phone, I'm a charger, don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, everybody? You already know, man, Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Hit that like, subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Today, I'm gonna be speaking on a motherfucking true love romance that took place while I was locked up down here in the state of Florida. All right, it ain't no secret to the world. The world already knows that while I was incarcerated, you know, I had me a female officer. You feel me? But I never put her out there, never did nothing like that because there's no reason to. You feel me? Anyways, for this one here, I'm gonna be speaking on. I remember one time when I was locked up at Charlotte CI and old Security 9. For those who don't know what Security 9 is, those are the officers that mob the pound. Those are the ones that when the pound is opened up, people are running the canteen window, the barber shop, the rec yard. Security 9 is the ones with the keys to the gate that open everything and that control the whole movement on the compound. Well, we had this female officer that was Security 9. I'm not gonna put her name out there, but she was a black officer, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't a white girl, but she was like on the lighter side, you understand? She wasn't real dark, you feel me? But she wasn't real like light like a Spanish girl either. And we used to call her old gator mouth, you know, me and my homeboys, because that bitch's mouth was so big and wide and her teeth were spaced out, you feel me? That bitches looked like that when she smiled, you know what I'm saying? There was like a gap in between all of her teeth. So anyways, we used to call her old gator mouth. And one thing about this officer was, you know, she could be a real bitch, you feel me? So a lot of people would be like, oh man, she ain't fucking her, you know what I'm saying? You would have never suspected her messing with an inmate, you get what I'm saying? Because she was such a bitch. But all the stories that I heard and all the times that I seen her be so mean to people and stuff, not one time was she mean to me. And I used to always be like, damn, I wonder, you know what I'm saying? Like, when she be talking to me, she looks me in my eyes and she like talks with like a different voice than she does everyone else. But you know, I'm incarcerated. Shit maybe just playing tricks with me. So I didn't think I had a chance or anything like that with this woman. So I never even tried to holler at her or nothing like that. And what it is when a female officer is a bitch to inmates, you know, that doesn't mean she ain't about that. That doesn't mean you can't snatch her, you can't pull her, you can't finesse her. You feel me? Either they're really not with the shit and that is what it is, or they're messing with another inmate already. And that's what it was in this case. And, you know, we never suspected or anything. And it just threw me when we found out who it was and how it all went down. So I figured I'd share the story with y'all. Now, this female officer right here ended up leaving her job. There was an inmate she was talking to that worked on the water. He worked for the water company, which is like, I guess, people that work outside the gate. He worked in water, you know, kind of like how you got the maintenance people and you got the people that work outside the gate, like DOT. He worked for the water company. He had been at this prison for years. And it was to the point that he was so good working at the water company that they wanted to guarantee him a job with them even after he's released. You feel me? Because the water, you know, maintenance people, it ain't like in the institution. You get what I'm saying? There's like a water place outside the compound. If you got minimum custody and you work for them, you can work outside the compound and shit. And that's what it was. So this dude right here was a white boy. And he ended up getting released. The day he got released, the same exact morning he got released, the damn woman who worked at the prison never came back to work again. You feel me? And the way we knew what it was is all the officers let us know. All the officers were devastated, you feel me? And we were all like, what? And they were like, yeah, man, she was messing with what's his name and they ran off. That just shows if she ran off with him, they've been fucking around. You feel me? It ain't like she just fell in love with him the day he got released, or as he was getting released and they were doing the paperwork, they just locked eyes and ran off like a true fucking fairy tale. Nah, he been snatched her, he been had her, and what he did is he milked her, he played with her heart, he got her comfortable enough to quit her damn career. And she did it the right way because she didn't get caught messing with the inmates, so she didn't lose her job, you feel me? And there's nothing in the law book, I guess, for them that I know of saying you can't date an ex-con or date someone who was in prison, you feel me? So they did it. She did it pretty good. You feel me? They didn't get caught doing anything the whole time or anything like that. But for them to, you know, to run off into the sunset like that, for her to put her career on hold and all that shit, and she supposedly had 2 kids also, which we already all knew that on the compound. You feel me? Because she used to have pictures of them and shit hanging on keychains and different stuff like that. So that boy buttered her up, and with her 2 kids and all, that boy ran off into the sunset with her. And, you know, the officers don't like that shit because, you know, it seems like they're being infiltrated. You know, it feels like that officer, like, played up under them when really was on the inmate side the whole time. And the whole situation, you know, the way it breaks down, it does look like that. But she wasn't on the inmate side the whole time, because she brought people to confinement left and right. She got tried by inmates. An inmate even swung on her one time when we was in line in the canteen window. You feel me? Because she would always talk out of line. She was real, like, she cursed up a storm. You know what I'm saying? She was real disrespectful and shit like that. You would think that she hated inmates, that she was a straight arrow with the books. And then in the end, she truly was, because she didn't get caught messing with him, so she didn't lose her job or sacrifice her career by getting caught with him while he was still part of the state's property. So she waited till the day he got out, and they ran off into the sunset. You feel me? And a lot of people, you know, that work outside the gate would still come across the same person she was still dating. And they were together and everything. Like, she never came back to Charlotte CI. You feel me? The dude who got released from Charlotte CI, he ended up staying, working at the little water-based thing or whatever it was off the compound. And then the other people, a couple of them that was in my dorm when I was in D-dorm at the time, because D-dorm was education and people who worked outside the gate for DOT and stuff like that. But the people who worked in the water company that was in my dorm would come back to work and shit and tell us what he said, and that they'd be hanging out with him like he's a full-time employee out there now. You know what I'm saying? And they see her out there, she'd bring them lunch, and she no longer worked at the prison no more. You feel me? That right there, man, is something like I'll never forget. Because in my mind, I'm like, yeah, okay, I had a female officer, you feel me? I snatched one too, you know, but the first one I snatched, you feel me, all I did was milk her. And when I got transferred, I maxed her credit card out, I ordered a bunch of different shit or whatever from when I got transferred from Calhoun. You know what I'm saying? And then the other one I ended up snatching, it was like, our romance was like, because I was in prison. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference from that. It's like a hype, you know? It's like you're not allowed to do it, so that's the hype that makes you want to do it. You know, kind of like when you were younger and you're on probation, you know you're not allowed to smoke weed, but then you want to smoke weed. Why? Because you're on probation. You get what I'm saying? The hype ain't the same as if you weren't on papers and you could just do it for the hell of it. You know? That's how it was with me and these female officers. Here we are, 1,200 to 1,800 inmates. I want to be the one that can snatch you and get your attention. You feel me? I'm the one that wants to be able to pull you and finesse you and milk you or do whatever it is I have to do. You get what I'm saying? And that right there is like a drive. That's the drive to do it, because, you know, you got a lot of competition. These female officers come to work every single day and they hear every single compliment in the book. Every morning there's someone there throwing shots at them, no matter where they go. And it doesn't matter if they're big, fat, ugly, tall, skinny, scrawny, fucking a midget. It don't matter what it is. There is inmates in there that are trying to pull them. You know what I'm saying? So once I seen that the white boy ran off with her, you know, that shit just was mind-blowing to me. You feel me? And I won't throw her name out there, you know what I'm saying? But I will say shout out to Billy, man, the white boy who did it. You feel me? He's a free man. He's been free before I even got out of prison. So it's going on probably over 5-6 years, because this happened before I even got transferred from Charlotte. He's been out about 5-6 years, and he did that. You feel me? He snatched that female officer, made her leave her career. You feel me? I don't know if they're still together now or whatnot. You feel me? But the way it went down, them officers felt tried. They felt played. Like she played up under them the whole time and was messing with an inmate. You know what went through their heads, right? Oh, that's exactly why he's never been to confinement. You feel me? Oh, that's exactly why he probably never got caught with any contraband. She probably put him up on game. Or if he were to go to confinement, she'd take him out of confinement. You know, shit like that. In my mind, the way I look at it, I'm like, boy, he worked outside the gate. She used to come over there, boy, and see his ass when he was at work. You feel me? And then he'd come back to the compound and hang out with a bunch of inmates. And he played the perfect part because he didn't tell nobody. That was the perfect goal, and that was the whole reason why he was successful. Because once you start telling people, oh bro, guess what I got, or this and this, word's gonna travel like a fucking wildfire. And next thing you know, you're gonna get snatched up and put on an investigation. They're gonna take the female, put her on leave under investigation, and then that's it. She's gonna be so worried about her career, she's gonna think she's gonna go to jail. She may end up going to jail, who knows, but she's gonna be so nervous that she's gonna stay away from you now. She might even turn on you and start doing paperwork against you just to try to prove she ain't been messing with you like that. You feel me? But that boy played such the perfect role, you know? And it was mind-blowing because when it went down, like, the officers, like, treated the rest of us inmates like shit for like a month after that, bro. They literally came to my dorm. They were flipping our dorm. And they were like, you can thank Billy for this one. Like, they were salty, you know what I'm saying? And in the end of the day, I don't feel like he did nothing wrong. Straight up, like I said, Selena Gomez song, man. Y'all look it up. The heart wants what it wants, man. You can't blame him because he pulled her. You know, you cannot blame him for that. You know, you can't blame her either because, like I said, she didn't get caught doing it while he was considered state property. They ran off into the sunset, and I was there for about a good almost 2 years still after that. You feel me? So I'd say probably like 16 months later, one of my homeboys that was in my dorm was still telling me that they still see her over there. She didn't work for Department of Corrections no more, but she'd be over there bringing him his lunch. So that boy had a long-term relationship with this female officer. You feel me? I mean, like I said, it was cool how he did it and everything. He played the perfect part. And this was like a square white boy. This wasn't like no hood white boy, tatted up or nothing like that. He was like a dude that no one messed with. He stayed out of the way. And he barely even conversate with anyone. He just did his time and he was on his own. But he did successfully pull this female officer. You see what I'm saying? The only thing to me that I felt like was like, damn, was because, boy, she was ugly, boy. I'm telling you, if y'all seen that gator mouth, boy, y'all would be like, damn, what the fuck, Billy? But at the same time, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Like I said, there's people in there pulling all types of females. It doesn't matter the width of them, the girth of them, how tall they are, none of that shit, you feel me? But he literally, like, locked in with her and was with her for, you know, probably a couple years on the street. They might still be together now, for all I know. And at the same time, as he made her fall for him while he was incarcerated, she made him fall for her also. You see? That's how you know. You feel me? She left her job and career for him. You know, that shows they don't get paid shit being a correctional officer. You see what I'm saying? And it shows that you can meet someone that makes you feel like you never felt before, and that shit will weigh over your head and give you the butterflies to where you're like, this career. This ain't no career, bro. I don't want to do this shit forever. I done been swung on by inmates. I done been pepper sprayed with pepper spray. I done been, the training I go through, all the bullshit I go through every single day, bro. I'm like, you know, that's the type of shit that Security 9 goes through. You feel me? They're literally the hit squad. They're the ones that come raid your shit. Like, they gotta be active. They gotta go from one side of the compound to the other side of the compound. A fight breaks out, or a stabbing, or someone gets hit with a lock, and Security 9's gotta take off running. You feel me? They literally gotta run from here to there. They gotta run across the compound all day. You know what I'm saying? And they're the ones that have the keys. You know, like if one side of the compound's gate's locked, there'll be a whole bunch of inmates piled up right there, can't get through until Security 9 comes through with the gate key to open the gate, so that way we can go on the other side of the compound. You feel me? And she literally left her career for the white boy Billy. You know? So in my mind, I was like, damn, Billy did that. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of other people were hating, talking shit. You feel me? His own race, white boys, like, oh yeah, but she want no white girl and this and that, man. Down here in Florida, we don't care about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You go with whoever you want to go with, bro. That's simple, bro. Don't let no one, you know, pick your future. You feel me? And I'm happy for Billy for that, because Billy was keeping it real with inmates even after he got out. You feel me? That's the best way I could put it. You know what I'm saying? And to find out how he pulled that female and no one knew about it, it was so strategically and so perfectly played out to where when it happened, the officers were shocked, which they're going to be shocked every time anyways, you know, because the whole plan and point of the officer messing with the inmate is to not let the officers find out. You see what I'm saying? And then it's all on the inmate to play his part to not let the other inmates find out, because there's a lot of jealousy that goes on. You know what I'm saying? And someone will be quick to tell on you just because they hating on you. They hate to see that you could pull that person and they can't, so they'll drop a kite on you. They'll go tell someone that they know will go tell. And, you know, it's a dirty game in there. You feel me? And for him to pull her like that is one thing, you know. People pull female officers all the time. They get in there or whatever, and boom, and they part ways. You feel me? And the female will go home to their man on the streets like it was nothing, because their man on the streets would never ever think that, yeah, they were getting fucked at work. There's no way. You work inside of a prison. There's cameras. There's cells. There's locks. It takes keys, and there's chains and shackles and handcuffs. It's so like locked down to where there's no slight in the mind of that person where they think that, oh, my wife's at work getting fucked right now. No one would ever think that. You see what I'm saying? And it's possible. It does happen. You know, a lot of people usually just hit it and quit it, but the inmate falls for the female quicker than the female falls for the inmate, because she goes home at the end of the day. But the inmate boy wants more than he can, you know, manage, and then ends up wetting people up over the girl, or ends up, you know, showing his hand, or gets jealous that she's escorting another inmate across the compound. You know, people end up catching feelings like, you know what I'm saying? Boy, she put them little 3 minutes on you and it made you see fireworks and blew your mind. Now your ass is carrying yourself different and walk around like a changed man. You feel me? You never once in your life fought over a female on the streets, but now all of a sudden she gave you them little quick 3 minutes in the barbershop or wherever, and boom, now your ass over here slanging iron trying to buck 50 anybody that fucking looks at her. You know, it's like a drug that overcomes you, and it's a high, a head high that stays over the top of your ass like a dark cloud, like you a puppet. You feel me? And then they end up getting caught and they get transferred, and it all goes downhill from there. But for this right here, Billy snatched this woman. She left her career behind, had 2 kids and all that she had to support and feed and everything, and boom, was still coming close to the compound to see him, to bring him his lunch and everything and stuff like that. You know, them officers that work there, you feel me, that have the other people who are still fellow inmates, that got to keep an eye on them. They'd see her come, she'd talk to them, be cool with them. But at the end of the day, you know, since she didn't get caught doing it while she still worked for them and while he was still an inmate, it was like no rules were broken. She didn't commit no crime, none of that. That's basically because they literally waited to the perfect timing. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, shout out to Billy, boy. He did that. You feel me? And anyone can, you know, pull female officer, you know what I'm saying, if it's meant to be. I won't say anybody, because there's way more that fail than that succeed. That's what makes you stand out, you know. And depending on where you get locked up at, like me, from being from down south, if I get locked up in the Panhandle at the top of Florida, you know, it's more white up there. It's more like, you know, more country-ish, more, you know, totally different than it is down south. But when you get up there, you got all these country-ass officers. They're fucked up about white boys from down south, because we're a totally different breed, you know what I'm saying? We're not like what they're used to. They never see white boys like us, you know, except for when we get transferred up there into the Panhandle, when they take us out of our region and they put us way up there, which is normally what they do when you go to prison. They try to send you as farthest away from home as possible. And then that makes it to where they're fucked up about you, because it's like being on an island in the jungle, you know, and you see something you're not familiar with seeing. You know, it makes you look at it like, that's cool, you know, oh, that's interesting. You know, like, you're looking at them like that shit's not even from that planet. That's how, you feel me? And that's how people like me end up snatching female officers, because I'm from down south. We got a different swag, a different lingo, and the way we carry ourselves is totally different. You feel me? And Billy, on the other hand, was like a white boy that was like from up that way. You get what I'm saying? And the whole thing about it is he ended up snatching her and then continued to work for the water company. So not only did he get the female, you feel me, and didn't get caught with it and got out, he ended up getting a career with the water company. You feel me? Working with the water place. And then, you know, he obviously lived close to the prison still, because he still worked there. And then she worked there, you feel me, like at the prison at the time. So, you know, she lived close by. So they were literally like right on the outskirts of the prison, fucking romance. And everyone on the compound was talking about it like, nah, that boy's snap. And no one ever seen it coming because of how much of a bitch she was. And really the reason she was a bitch like that is because she was already taken. That's exactly what it was. Just like when you try to holler at certain females on the streets, you know, you try to holler at a girl, and if they got a boyfriend, they're going to treat you some type of way. Like, damn, what's up, baby? How you doing? You look good today. Whatever. The fuck? Or, you know, like, god damn, I just gave you a compliment. You know what I'm saying? And then it's because they take it. So they trying to do all they can to be loyal, to shut you out. And even by being disrespectful and rude. You feel me? And that's how she was. She was rude to everyone. She called inmates all type of names, curse them out, bring them to confinement, to where you would never think an inmate had a chance with her until old Billy snatched her. Shit's crazy, boy. But anyways, man, I'm gonna wrap this video on up. I hope y'all enjoyed the story. True romance, man, found inside a prison between a fucking inmate and a correctional officer. All right? Literally. The heart wants what it wants, like Selena Gomez says. But anyways, man, I'm gonna wrap this video on up. Y'all go ahead, drop some shit in the comment section, man. Y'all drop y'all's opinion. Y'all drop if you ever seen someone run off with a female officer. If you ever pulled a female officer. I don't care if you was in the detention center when you was a jit. I don't care if you was in the juvenile program, which was the first place I snatched a female officer. Feel me? I don't care where it is, man. Y'all drop y'all's experiences in the comment section. That shit's always open. Y'all already know I pay attention to all comments, man. I appreciate y'all taking the time to watch this shit. Till next time, this Frog.